Hello growers from Grow Health TV. This video is about training and pruning a brand new cherry tree open center method and why a knee-high cut might be a mistake on a particular tree. I wanted to prune this tree around knee-high. However, after evaluating the buds, I had to make the main heading cut at 29 inches. This tree had 9 branching buds that looked viable and 6 or so that did not. Those that appeared not viable were underdeveloped, injured, or broken off during harvest or shipping. Here I am pointing out the difference between branching buds that appear viable. They are mahogany or rust color and are slightly fatter. The broken bud above center is not viable. The bud I am pointing to is viable. So is the one in the center. The bottom right bud is not. Although it appears to be, the color is off. This is the top 10 inches I removed. I did not want a 39-inch tree, nor did I want 2 scaffolds. I want 3 scaffold branches, the same age and the same size. Here's a clip of buds appearing viable. Appears viable. Appears viable, appears viable, appears viable, appears viable, appears viable, appears viable, appears viable. Here's the 3 open center scaffolds I have chosen. 1, 2, 3. Not viable, appears to be viable. Not viable. Appears to be viable. Appears to be viable. Back up to the top, down about 9 inches to my 3 scaffold choices. There's one, there's another, and one more. Remember how the tree was sent? And here's after the cut. See the 3 main scaffolds going in opposite directions, and a spare right there on the lower right. And here's a few weeks later. You can see the 3 came in on top, the spare in the middle right, and then the lower left there's another. That's 5. Remember we had 9. And this is 6 weeks later after the plant. I have 3 scaffolds above. That one on the far left is a spare, and the one on the lower right is a spare, and there's another one right in the center that you'll be able to see later. There's that one on the right, the spare. Here's the other spare on the far left. These are the 3 scaffolds in the open center, going in opposite directions, or the best we could do. There's 1, there's 2. There's number 3 on the right. The one on the left is the spare. It's about 8 inches below. There's the spare on the lower right. And we have one more coming in right here that didn't want to branch. That's a total of 5 that branched and a 6th that has not made up its mind yet. So, why do I have spares? Could it be because of the giant crow that landed on my young cherry trees 15 years ago and broke 2 of the 3 scaffolds? Or maybe it's because of the young buck that browsed one of my orchards and chomped all the scaffolds to the trunk. I had to replant. Buds above the graft and so low that you can't use them should be plucked off, and then you should spray them with some alcohol, some rubbing alcohol. Just a little spritz. Yeah. I planted and pruned this tree in April, but you can start training now in early summer. Less disease pressure in summer, the best time to prune. The theory is to prune early, that more of the energy of the tree goes into those branches that you're going to keep and not into the ones that you are not. If you live in a climate that's seasonally wet or wet most of the year, I recommend pruning in the summertime. Remember to spray your new cuts with 70% rubbing alcohol, and do this periodically. In addition, spray your cuts after a rain. Read the description as I periodically add info in this area. Watch How to Plant a Cherry Tree in my coming pruning video from year 1 to 3. If you found my videos helpful, shop through my Amazon link, which is below. Subscribe, share, and comment. As always, eat well, live well. From Grow Health TV. Ciao!